Hey Virgo, Riverica here, reporting for duty on a trigger. Thank you so much for shuffling states of emergency into adoption spirit magic with me and steering clear of danger. Heartily, we are grateful. In this session, we are exploring what may help us move forward, minding our business in the highest love and light this June 2023. But before that, some disclaimers. I am not a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist. I'm a fortune teller, so what I offer is no substitute for their services. Furthermore, what I share does not determine your future, only your intentions and actions do. So please use your gifts of discernment before deciding what to gather and take away from this reading, and of course, take only what resonates and blow like a kiss the rest back to the universe for cosmic composting into beauty. This reading is intended for fun and games, for shits and giggles, for entertainment, for flexing our heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, intuition, and emotions. And at the least, I hope to cause harm to none, and at the most, I hope I may assist you on your healing path. All that said, Virgo, this is, you guessed it, labradorite. And I would say transformation is one word associated with this beautiful stone, but I invite you to explore more on your own because we're all different psychosocial science experiments, and what resonates for you may be different than me. So to help make this reading more meaningful for you, I invite you to explore 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 27 different resources about this labradorite and what it may mean for you in the month of June, and even maybe through the next year through June. And we are clearing the space. We have a little shaker egg for fun. It seemed fun. I want to just pull it out and play. Love that sound. And this bell. Thank you for holding the intention of seeing only love, and only love we shall see, and helping us clear the space and stream in grace. And here I go to ring the bell so you can adjust yourself and remain safe and sound. Here we go. Mind, body, speech, and perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. My ears awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Om. Peace. Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Virgo. Beautiful. Thank you. So this deck of cards we have is the Living Altar by Ilvadroma Marzana Radzewski and Kiki Robinson. And the Living Altar is one of the only Romani decks I know in circulation, so it's super special. I'm so excited to share it with you in this session, Virgo. And you may find out more about them online yourself. I'll leave information. I shall try to remember to leave information in the description. But I think it's thelivingaltar.com, and you can find Kiki and Ilva on Instagram as well, and also the podcast they have called Altars Up Witches. And you may also enjoy taking in the Romanistan podcast, where the Romanistan creator and her co-host Paulina Verminski and Jessica Reedy invited Kiki and Ilva over to share spooky stories on the Halloween episode, and Kiki and Ilva shared some spooky stories about the making of this deck of cards. So you may enjoy that as we work our way through June or sometime this next year. And also the Foretold podcast by the LA Times. It's coming out on Tuesdays, featuring Paulina Verminski from the Romanistan podcast and her story. And then the Romanistan podcast is doing a debriefing after each episode of Foretold. So there are some more friends along the way that we may all help each other on this healing path, and that you may enjoy getting to know more. And so I offer that to you. So So yes, let's see, Virgo, what June 2023, what may help you move forward, minding your business in the highest love and light. You are a whole, full, powerful, loving, spiritual being, Virgo, as well as I. And we thank your source, spirit team, angels, galaxy guides, ancestors, saints, sages, gods, goddesses, universe is here in the highest love and light, as well as mine. And I thank your source and my source for immediately shifting situations into what they need to be, offering necessary insights, healings, acts of grace, protection. Heartily, we are grateful. And so it was, and so it was, and so it was, and so it was, and so it is, and so it was. Thank you. Thank you for making it abundantly clear what may assist Virgo this June 2023 throughout the next year. Whenever they are seeing this, receiving this message. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Maybe you appreciate, Virgo, the need to cut the cards. Now we are, let's see here. Emergence. So beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my goodness. Look at that card. Pardon my voice. Pardon me. The candles. The flame. Jumping out at me. The bowl. These beautiful colors. They're reminding me of the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra, and the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra. What a beautiful card. And the red thread coming through it. I sense that's maybe a rose petal. This feels like flame, or also wings, that air element. So beautiful. Sometimes we just need to air out. Sometimes our ancestors are there helping us with our permission. As the one on planet Earth, you have the distinct privilege of being the navigator of those relationships, as opposed to the co-pilot, right? You get to take the lead. And so this card is maybe offering a reminder that your ancestors are there when you ask. They want to honor your free will, right? They don't want to step in without your permission. And, you know, even if they do, you do ask their permission, and they do share, you know, your free will to choose to take their advice or not, because nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. Life's for learning to tolerate, starting with self. We're really careful to avoid playing the trick side. She'll never learn. Off with the head, right? So you always want to apply your gift of discernment when you are being offered support from people on this earthly sphere, or people in the spiritual sphere, or entities in the spiritual world, right? To be that leader of yourself in an equitable, dignified way, and allow the others as well. Some offerings, some thoughts coming to my head as I see the images on that card. Maybe leave some notes what you are sensing as you see that card. Thank you as I adjust this. Thank you for your patience. So there's three parts to this card: the Witch's Wheel correspondence, the spell, and the guiding messages. So you can come back at any time to revisit these different parts to help them integrate or activate, or help you embody whichever feels correct for you, to help this reading be even more meaningful for you. So I offer that for you, some extra space to digest. And so the Witch's Wheel correspondence, here we go. Air, spring, east, rebirth, sunrise, crescent moon, inspiration, creativity, intention, and choice. The crescent moon is jumping out at me, as well as air. The air is coming in, moving the curtains. It's so beautiful, such lovely weather. I hope you are able to enjoy where you are as well, and that you all are safe and sound. And if you are in precarious positions, then I am sending prayers that you may receive, if you are willing, to help that along in the highest love and light. The other piece is jumping out that crescent moon. Perhaps something is playing out by the crescent moon, or you'll know more by the crescent moon, so you can triple check, quadruple check that moon, the moon time for yourself, and enjoy tapping into that. Maybe you have some rituals that are evolving, or that you already have in place that you've been thinking about, especially with those other witches' wheel correspondence where it's inspiration, creativity, intention, choice. So these may be pieces to help you play through June. Super sweet, especially for the orphans and adoptees, where intention and choice was taken away for a large part of, well, for a large part, what's a more accurate descriptor? I could just take it off and leave it there for right now. So orphans and adoptees dismantling that old way of life where there was no choice, and the choice was somebody else's, from the birth parents to the adoptive family to the birth nations to the adoptive nations, whatever the case may be, whether you're a literal adoptee or figurative adoptee. Now, this emergence is honoring you taking your power back and setting your own intentions and making your own choices. And how inspiring that is, how wonderful that rebirth for you is, in a way that you could never know until you're here and you've been doing it, and now you're done, and well, it keeps on going, right? This rebirth, sort of like each year there's a spring. So these are different pieces that may help us move forward on our journey this June, or through the next year, through June 2024. And here is the spell. I gather myself to a place and space and time named inspiration, where I find myself wrapped in the fierce grace of my innocence. I return to a place where I am whole, perfect, and complete. Here I emerge, overflowing with the magic of undifferentiated potential. I am free of the conditions that would cause me fear and pain. I unfold my heart, free of doubt and uncertainty. I am the illumination calling forth my potential. With wonder, I begin anew. I call back my power from all that I have been and all that I have experienced, so that I may embark on a new course with renewed purpose and hope. How super sweet. Thank you, Source, for affirming. I was just saying that, calling your power back in a different way, a slightly different way. Calling back your power, taking your power back. And so super sweet, so super sweet. That really resonates. And for me, I'll be interested to hear how you all are finding this, Virgo. This is super sweet, super sweet. Especially for those who have been dismantling the old ways of life, the adoption fairy tales, the gypsy myths, you fill in the blank. There's so much dismantling going on across fields. And then this rebuilding, even though we've been through the dark nights of the soul, and there's been so much darkness, right? Dark night of the soul. I don't want to go into it. I want to stick on this piece, even though we're still emerging whole, sort of as a butterfly emerges whole after being in a cocoon, a totally different body, then disintegrating and then turning into a new body and coming out as a butterfly. Super sweet, so powerful. Thank you for being so courageous and for trusting. For calling back your power. In all those instances, especially with orphans and adoptees, where our voices have been silenced, or we've been taught not to trust, that no, that's not the truth. This was for the best. Well, really, it's not for the best. It's just different. all the different ways that plays out, and to be able to see that, honor it for what it is, and to dismantle it and build something new and healthy and equitable and dignified. Thank you so much for being so brave, Virgo. That's intense. And helping create this new earth for all of us. Thank you. Thank you for taking such sweet care of yourself. And so the guiding messages. You have known death and harvested the power of endings. Challenge yourself to begin again. Embrace the excitement and anticipation of desire. Uncertainty illuminates prospects with curiosity. So super sweet. So super sweet. Especially with what we were saying about the dismantling and ending the adoption fairy tales and stepping into the adoption realities, or ending the gypsy myths and stepping into the Roma realities and the endings of those old ways of life, and stepping out of those violent cycles onto the healing path, and honoring when we trip and fall, and being able to exercise compassion, forgiveness, understanding with ourselves and with others, and to keep moving forward in that love and light. So wonderful, so joyful, so peaceful, so beautiful. Enjoy that emergence, Virgo. That is what I am seeing for you for this June 2023 reading. Thank you so much for joining us in this session and helping us breathe life into adoption spirit magic. Heartily, we are grateful. Until next time, ciao for now. We love you all.